Hi guys, Chris back again with pre-season for my next season with York City. During the break-in episodes I did have a look around to see who I could buy and who was available on the free agency market. Check out the transfer budget. See if we have around, if we move all of the budget over to wages, we have around £20,000, which allow us to sign potentially a few free agents. There are also a few players who I am looking to sell and hopefully bring in some transfer funds. Quickly show you those players now. See, Samov is retiring at the end of his contract, which is a bit of a shocker considering he's only 29. So far we have Pina and Blanchett transfer listed, with Godin out for the season on loan. A few players we can potentially bring in. Adam Charles, rated 71. He could come in for Silver. Should we sell Silver? There's a few other central midfielders as well who could come in for Struner if we wish to get rid of him. Here's one, Alexander Pavlovich, 71 rated, and he's 20. Or we also have Oscar Fuertes, 75 rated central midfielder, who's only 19 years old. He's worth around 5 million. Great stats, you can see there on the right hand side. I may look to bring in Tom Carroll or Naki Wells if I can look to bring them in. Fuertes is the main target that I have involved. I want to at least sell Struner in this transfer window. We are going to offer Fuentes the 7,000 he wants over a 5-year deal. See if we can tie him up. I'm going to keep the other two players, Charles and Pavlovich, on standby should I sell anyone else. But we'll go back in and see who else can be sold. We have a few players, see, who are lower rated, who I don't think are going to do any good for us. Struner is going to go on the transfer list now. He's only rated 66 and he's 26 years old. Bassam, if I could bring in a younger keeper, I may look to sell him. But before we can do anything and buy anyone, we need to sell players. So we shall move the schedule on, but we'll see who we have in pre-season friendlies. We have VV Venlo, and we have VBA as well. I don't know who they are. We then start our season with a Capital One Cup game against Crystal Palace. Our first league game is against Leeds. And we also have Watford, Ipswich, Stoke and Crystal Palace again in the league this month. Sorry, in the month of August. We shall move this schedule on and see what we can get done and dusted in this episode. And see who we can sell and who becomes available to buy. Transfer offer for Mikel Fakito. Okay, I don't really want to sell you. Palermo offered 2.4 million, what he's worth. Chief exec says he's worth around 3.3. We'll reject that offer. No surprises, Struner listed by York City. Not surprised that Struner's listed. I can get better free agent players and get some more transfer funds into the club. Okay, we have another transfer offer, this time for Luis Godin from Millwall, a season-long loan. I am more than happy for you to go on loan to Millwall. Not too sure if they're in the Championship or if they're in League One. I didn't see them getting relegated. I'm sure they are in the Championship, which means that's going to be great news for him. He's going to get some real good experience, hopefully, and hopefully play a few more games than he would for us, as we have a youth player promoted. Oh, we have 2 youth players promoted. Okay, in fact we actually have 4 youth players. Escobar, Piccolo, Capice, Ojide Ofe. Fuentes has declined the offer because he wants to understand his role at the club. That's not too bad, fella. We can sort that out for you straight away. I may lowball you. Tell you what, I'll try and sweeten the deal. 7,500, and I'll do a squad rotation. You'll probably come back because you're 75 rated, say you want a bigger role, but we shall see for now. As we also have a transfer offer for Danny Blanchett. Good. One of the players I was looking to sell. It's worth 210. You've offered me 180. I tell you what, I'll be cheeky and say you can have him for 200,000. I think you're trying to lowball me, and you know what he's worth, and he's transfer listed. So I'll come back in with a bit more of a reasonable offer, and we'll see what you say to that. And we'll look to get the schedule moved on and see if we can get players sold. Or there we go. Blanchett offer has been accepted for 200,000. Perez Alonso back from his loan at Palace. Castillo back from his loan at Yeovil. Zogway back from Rotherham. And Tim Payne back from Crewe. Okay, well, I may check the loan status of all these players now. Okay, what's that done to the budget though? It's only given us 17,000, so that's not too bad. Obviously, all those players are going to count again towards my budget. Okay, let's have a look, see if there's anyone we can potentially sell. Okay, Achillier's gone down to a 69, so I think it may be time for him to be sold. Silva is still rated 77 at 5 million. Taylor's gone up. Soriano 5 million. Wow, Camilleri 8 million, shown interest by Liverpool. Wow. Pina not moved, so I think it's potentially time to sell you. Hayams, you're looking well. Remer, Struner, definitely look to get rid of you. Piccolo, okay, 49 rated. Dolly, you're rated 70. Capice, you're rated 54. And Escobar rated 61 already. Perez Alonso, Castillo is rated as 61, but he's going out on loan again. I think Samov has moved down, but he's retiring. Pedro Azogwe, I think it may be time to sell you. Tim Payne, I think it's going to be time to sell you as well. Blanchett, you're already on your way out. Godin has improved up 1 already, apparently. So, what we shall do, we'll quickly check who we can sell now. Purchase this season, Escobar. Okay, we'll sort the players out via position and we'll see who's available. Tim Payne, 375,000. 1,200 a week. Yeah, I'll transfer list you if I can. I'm able to bring in someone better. Escobar, I may look to let you go out on loan, to be fair, fella. There you go. Add to list for season loan. How good I can do it, even though you've just come into the club. Castillo. Okay, we'll add Castillo to the loan list, and Zogway will add you to the transfer list. I don't think I'm ever going to play you, and you only play left mid or right mid. 20 years old and 63 rated. Hopefully you can bring in at least 200,000 for me. Capice just signed this season, but we can put you out on loan, so we will do. Dolly, you can go out on loan as well. Hayams I want to keep. Morris I want to keep. Valverde's a keeper. Blanchett's on his way out already. Vidal Perez staying. Iago is back up. Camacho, Perez Alonso, Patterson, Milanov, and Romero are my 5 centre-backs, so I think it is time to let Achillier go. 325,000. Okay, Piccolo, you're only 49 rated. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment. But if you can improve by going out on loan, that's what we shall look to do. And we shall get the schedule moved on as young Escobar out to gain experience. Hey boss, I feel I've been progressing and I'd like to discuss my wage. Okay fella, we shall check out what your contract demands are. Hopefully they're not too bad. Fakito, you're on 2,000 a week at the moment and you want 3,000 a week for 2 years. I'm happy to give you 3,000 a week as long as you take 3-year contract extension, not 2 years. But that's not too bad. I'm quite happy to give you that fella, so we shall move this schedule on and see what happens. Hopefully we can get some of these players sold and bring in some money soon. Contract decline from Fuertes. A bigger role than squad rotation. Okay, that's not too bad. I won't give you the extra money that you wanted, but I'll make you an important first team player. Hopefully that's good enough for you. Get Struner out and then get you in, and you will be playing most games. Rated 75. As Valencia are in talks with Traore. Blanchett has been sold. 150,000 on its way to me, and we have offer for Struner and Fakito. Wow, Forest buying up my players left, right, and centre. They bought Blanchett, and now they want Struner. You've offered me 300,000. He's worth 350. You can have him for 350. As Hull have made an offer for Fakito. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't really want to sell him. And we shall move this schedule on as Nottingham Forest meet York City's demands for Blanchett. York City determined that Fakito won't go cheaply. No, Fakito won't go, full stop. So we shall move the schedule on, as Forest have matched my offer for Struner. We have transfer offers for Camilleri and Fakito. Wolfsburg. What? Wolfsburg 11.5 million. Okay. Chief exec says he's worth between 10.8 and 13.2. I'll do a cheeky 17.5 million. I know you're not going to accept that because that's twice what his value is. We reject the offer for Fakito. I have two offers for Fakito. We reject them both. Wow, Camilleri, 8 million, and it was Sosho with the other bid for Fakito. But Camilleri, 8 million is valued at. You won't pay 17.5 million. I can't see why you'll pay that if you came in for a bid for 11.5. But we'll move this schedule on and see what happens, especially with Fakito. Fuentes has accepted the offer. Thank you very much, fella. Get you in the team now. There we go. And Wolfsburg have been back in contact. I'm expecting a no thanks. It's more than we're willing to spend. Willing to spend 14.5 million. You can have him for 17.5 million. And new signing arriving. It's great. That should be Fuentes. Yep. Wolfsburg, if they, I don't know what to do. If they actually do say yes to that 17.5, it's great because it's what is twice what his value is. Fakito, boss, I've been thinking recently about my future at this football club. I decided that I don't want to sign a contract extension. I'm letting my contract expire, then moving on. Holy shit. That's because of all these offers that are coming in. Okay, nothing much I can really do right now, apart from potentially sell him for a bit of money, as Struner is sold, and we've been given a bit more money by the board. Okay, that's sort of hit me for six as Fakito wanting to move. Excuse me. Received an offer for Camilleri from Milan, 9.5 million. Reject. I should have been cheeky and put 20 million in for that and seen what they'd said. But we've got an offer on the table for Wolfsburg, and yes, York City shocked by Fakito refusal. If rumour is to be believed, that behind the scenes problems in York City concerning contract negotiations with Mikel Fakito, will York City attempt to offload the player for a fee rather than allow him to leave for free? We may do, but first of all I need to see about bringing someone in. Wolfsburg, here we go. Holy shit. Decided to match it. 17.5 million for Camilleri. Okay, this episode could be coming to an end soon, as if he goes, that's going to be a hefty transfer budget that I need to look at spending on players, so I will not want to bore you guys with 20 minutes, half an hour of me searching for players. Though, to be fair, we could, if he does go, we could look to bring in a keeper as well as obviously another striker. Player sold for 17.5 million. The board allocated me 13 million for transfers. York City accept big offer for Camilleri. Okay, I didn't think first of all they'd accept the 17.5 million that I put in for him, which is obviously double what he's worth. But okay, not much we can do about that. Just gonna roll with the punches, see who's available. To be fair, so quickly check strikers, minimum attribute. So I'm going to make it maximum 80, minimum 75, I think, or maybe a 70. I think we'll put it up to 100. Maximum wage. I think I can go to 25,000. I don't really want to be spending any more than that on a player. It's most of my budget gone. Estimated worth 10 million. Anyone transfer listed? I'm guessing this is going to be a no. Can't see a reason why anyone would be transfer listed, because this game, so one flaw I found in FIFA is transfer list. There doesn't seem that many transfer listed players. But okay, we'll move it to any player. It's going to bring in far too many searches back, probably. Yup. Okay, a few players there spring to mind. Obviously, Kenwyn Jones, but he's getting on a bit. Nikica Jelavic. Wow, he's at Stoke now. Oh, so they've got Kenwyn Jones and Nikica Jelavic. I could look to bring in Jay Rodriguez. I think if I'm going to sign someone, I want to sign someone young. Wow, Christian Benteke could be one. Imagine him in the Championship, finishing 82, heading accuracy 85. Wow, he could definitely be one that could be cheeky. Super Hooper, if he was younger, I would have loved to have signed him. No one else really. David Camilleri, value estimated worth 8 million. Wolfsburg, you paid 17.5. I am still a little bit in shock by that, but okay, there's nothing much we can do about it. It's got to move on. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to call it a day now. Move the schedule in a couple of days and see what happens with Fakito. Okay, transfer for Alcides Pina. This is who we want to sell. They've offered what he's worth, so I'm just going to outright accept. Okay, guys, this is going to be a little short episode. Not really much gameplay in it, but because we've accepted and got a large transfer budget now, we've got more money to play with. We can look at bringing in some decent players. So what I am going to do, as ironically Pina thinks he can take Camilleri's place. Not a chance, fella, you're on your way out. What I'm going to look to do is I'll look to call it a day as soon as it stops simming, and I'll have a check through, see what players are available, who I think we could potentially bring in. Muriel would be great, but he's going to be worth far too much. And give you guys a chance to comment below on who you think we could bring in. Should I go for someone like Christian Benteke? Should I look to try and sign an older player? Look to get someone like Jermaine Defoe, who'll be in his 30s but will be worth, say, around 5 million, who could do a job for a Championship team? Should I look to sign someone from League One who has just been relegated? You guys, if you want to give me your feedback for Quito, who should I look to bring in instead of him? Should I look for another free agency goalkeeper? Should I keep him for a year? You guys want to let me know what your thoughts are, and we'll look to see who we can bring in for the new season. Thanks for watching. Cheers.